Good morning to all of you. I, Dr. Parul Shah, head of the Department of Swarrnim Startup and head of the Department of Swarrnim School of Business. It's been great pleasure to welcome to our eminent personalities with us. Firstly, I welcome to Mr. Kumar Patel, sir, CEO of Spare Solution, Ahmedabad. Mr. Sunny Agrawal, CEO of Thinkers and Pillar. Mr. Amit Chaudhary, CEO of Mentor Schools, Dr. Karthik Jain, Provost of Swarrnim Startup and Innovation University, Dr. Nimish Dave, Training and Placement Cell Head of Swarrnim of Innovation University, and all the principals, faculties, and students, those who are connected with us on Facebook. Welcome to all. Today we are present here. Today we meet here for joining the national conference. It's on perception of CEOs with respect of future strategic business model, need of talent, space, and time to sustain innovation challenges. Now, I just invite you, Dr. Karthik Jain sir, our provost, to explain, to brief about our university and to share the success of journey of our university. Uh, Dr. Karthik Jain sir.
Thank you, Dr. Padul. It's so kind of you. First of all, I am really grateful to all the distinguished guests of this session. I am really thankful to Mr. Uh, Kodumil Patel, CEO Sapphire Software Solution, Mr. Sunny Agrawal, CEO Thinkers and Pillars, and Mr. Amit Chaudhary, CEO Mentors School. We are really very grateful to all these eminent personalities of their respective field to this particular session, which is having a very quiet and very quite unique topic: how to sustain in future in terms of various aspects of business, that is space, time, and strategic management. Being a fellow of strategic management, I do understand the importance of strategic decision making in the organization. So I am really thankful to all the distinguished guests on behalf of Swarnim Startup and Innovation University. Swarnim Startup and Innovation University is a very young university. We started our operations as a university in the year 2017. And as its name suggests, startup and innovation. Startup, innovation, entrepreneurship, family business are the key parameters of academic deliveries of the university. We have designed and devised a very unique kind of academic curriculum wherein we want from each and every student regarding their contribution towards startup and entrepreneurship. As I told you, we are a very young university. Just within a span of 3 years, we have we have filed around 9 IPRs and 65 POCs. So it's a great honor for a young university like us. It's not about IPRs, POCs, but we are doing a lot of things in the field of research also. We want Swarnim University to be known not only for startups and innovation, but also for research and unique kind of innovative development in the field of technology, engineering, business, health science, agriculture, and other allied subjects. Uh, we have 9 schools in the university which comprise engineering, management, agriculture, design, business, homeopathy, Ayurveda, nursing, and physiotherapy. So you can very well understand the vast of courses which we offer to the students of Gujarat and India in particular. In the year 2017 and in the year 2019, we have got Best University Awards from various statutory organizations in terms of our contribution towards startup and academic curriculum. Last year when pandemic started, we started with very unique kind of schedules like Swarnim Talk, Swarnim E-Talk, and Swarnim CEO Talk. So in this series of Swarnim E-Talk, it's Swarnim Talk 2.0 for the year 2021. This is the second series. And I am really thankful to all our distinguished guests for their valuable time and resources. I am really once again thankful to Dr. Karumil Patel, Mr. Karumil Patel, CEO Sapphire Software Solutions, Mr. Sunny Agrawal, CEO, Thinkers and Pillars, Mr. Amit Chaudhary, CEO, Mentor School for their kind time. So I am really thankful and I am obliged on behalf of Swarrnim Startup and Innovation University. Thanks a lot. Over to you, Dr. Parul.
Thank you, sir. It's a very good thing that we are connected with the Swarrnim Startup and Innovation University. And innovation and startup, it's a demand for this time period when it's a pandemic situation, but still we are connected with the country and we are a good contribution to give us something new, something innovative thing to our country. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Kumar Patel, sir, CEO of Sapphire Solution Ahmedabad, to brief about this topic. Sir, Kumar Patel, sir.
Yeah, good morning to Honorable Dr. Karthik sir, respected Nimesh bhai, various department head, principal, and faculty members, and future of the India, and I can say the Swarrnim Tigers, Swarrnim Innovators. That's all, my dear friends, students. It's really my privilege to be a part of this wonderful conference with visionary management, knowledgeable faculty members of the Swarrnim University, highly energetic and passionate Swarrnim students as well. And the subject, wonderful subject, has been assigned to us, Future Strategic Business Model. I am heartily very much delighted and cherished to be here. Dear friends, looking towards the current novel corona situations is causing a tremendous shifts in both national and global economy. Lot of sectors are hardly hit, from education, manufacturing, each and every sector is hardly hit by the current situations. Many big corporates to a small startups are being affected and forced to innovate and adapt the business model in order to meet these current challenges. So it is really a very wonderful topics and desirable topics, I can say, in current situations. So really, I am very much thankful to the management and entire staff members for inviting all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Sunny Agrawal, sir, CEO of Thinkers and Pillars. Please say something about this topic, sir.
Thank you so much, Parul ma'am. And that was a very brief introduction given from Kumaril sir. It genuinely touches a key point which we are here to discuss. Just to give you a brief perspective, the way we have evolved as a talent, I'm talking about last 2 lakh years, the way we have evolved. So it started from a crystal gazer. A lady used to sit and used to predict how the people gonna work, how my kabila and the community would work. From there, we have evolved to a era where everything is driven by data. So this is a new generation of analytics and data we are talking about. And from the COVID, one thing which has been really emphasized well, at least in terms of credit, Kirana wala has survived. Yeah, at least the Kirana wala has survived. So it gives us a trend of a new talent management. What this definition of a talent? So the guy who has a very control over a set of community, is this what we are meaning by talent? I'm sitting in a nukkad, I'm sitting in a corner of a society and controlling few area there. Is this what a talent is? Same trend is being replicated in influencing networking. So there are a young guy who's there on the TikTok, who's there on the YouTube. He has a follower of 1,000 people or 5,000 people. He has started earning by selling ads because he's able to influence these small community. So this is a very good topic to understand how the people psyche is developing over a period of a time, how the definition of talent is changing, and how the new strategies are coming up. Now, nobody is looking for big brands, yeah, for marketing. They are looking for these kind of a small talents who can sell their products within their network, within their circle. Same thing is a lot of startup has come up as like Misho, yeah, like you sell our product in your network, in your locality. So we'll touch briefly about this upcoming strategy of the new eight CEOs based on relationship and your close network. So this is what we'll be talking about in our discussion. Thank you so much, Parul and Dr. Karthik sir, Nimish sir, for inviting us. This would really help us leverage and build up our thought process. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Basically, you say one thing is very clear that in this pandemic situation, not in a pandemic situation, but in this situation, one person survived very well. That one is a kirana wala and medical store. They have
Yeah.
survived very well. Okay. Now, in this series, I would like to invite Mr. Amit Chaudhary, sir, CEO and founder of Mentor School. Mr. Amit Chaudhary, sir.
Thank you, Parul.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Karthik, Mr. Nimish, and everyone else from Swarrnim University, right from the professors, the students. Thanks for this great opportunity for me to talk about. I've been a core technologist, being in the field of software engineering, data analytics for the past 13, 14 years. So I'll be talking a lot from an engineer perspective, from a technologist, that how it's a golden, I won't say even golden, it's a diamond opportunity for being in the technology field in this period of time. It was always, but the kind of push digitization has got because of the advent of pandemic, it is unprecedented. I mean, for the last 1 week itself, we have seen at least 6 startups getting the unicorn status, which was unheard of in the Indian startup ecosystem. And it's never it's one of the best times for students to pick up your ideas, some of your thoughts. It could be random, it could be crazy ideas. But in this pandemic, if you see, the pandemic has touched every portion of life, the way we shop, the way we eat, the way we study, right? Every aspect has been touched by, or I would say has been impacted by the pandemic, which means each of these aspects of life have an opportunity now for a startup to come in and solve a problem. So having a problem-oriented mindset, it doesn't require an age. All is required is a right mentorship, right support, and being in the right time. So on one side, the pandemic has wreaked havoc on our personal lives, our family lives, but everything has two sides. And the other side of it is a huge opportunity waiting for each one of us to jump in and come up with something which can help each other bring the impact of the pandemic and design a great future. And if there couldn't be a better place than Swarrnim Startup and Innovation University at this point of time to talk about. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, one thing is very clear that in this pandemic situation, we're getting two aspects. One is a negative, one is a positive. If we go for a positive way, yes, we found out lots of opportunity, work on the opportunities, and yes, we will found something new and innovative things. So now we move on our second session. It's on a perception of CEOs with respect to future strategic business model, need to talent, space, and time to sustain innovation challenges. Yes, in the pandemic situation, we need to develop our economy. So on this critical situation, we need a brainstorming things to solve the problem. Regarding this situation, our CEO will help with our own vision and guidance, because of experience is the only one thing that can be helpful to boost up of economy, as well as to give some positive vibes to our youngster and all the other persons. Now, in this series, I would like to invite Mr. Kumar Patel, CEO of Sapphire Software Solutions. He have a 20 plus year of experience in building market opportunity with innovation. More than 10 year of business association of application development. One thing is a very important aspect for this thing, that Vidyalaya, lots of person know about that Vidyalaya app. This is a very effective software for the schools, and it's a very famous software. More than 1400 schools use this software. In short, we can say that He is a very visionary businessman. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Kumar Patel, sir. Sir,
Yeah, thank you very much, madam. So now moving towards the current topic, future strategic business model and need of talent, space, and time to sustain innovations challenges. As Mr. Amit and Mr. Sunny has also shared valuable inputs on the topic. So innovation is one of the most important factor for any organization progress, growth, and success. As such, cultivating innovation in your organization should be a critical organization initiative, we can say. Now, being a corporate culture, if I have to share what is the business model innovation. So let's take one example of the Amazon. So Amazon has launched in 1995 as a Earth's biggest bookstore. Fast forwarding last 22 years, that bookstore is now become a leader in cloud computing. Amazon is delivering grocery, electronic items, and every item to our doorstep as well, and producing award-winning television series as well. The trillion-dollar organization has achieved this quantum growth by being a continuously willing to innovate upon in this business model in order to address new challenges and pursue opportunity and leveraging something you are really good at and applying in a new ways for your new products. So Amazon is a really amazing at a new business and model development. They look at themselves from customer defined perspective. So that approach helped Amazon to scale the business rather than rely on one revenue streams and customer segments from a specific segment only, and company continuously asking from the team members, from the staffs, and from the customer, what is the next, and continuous improvement, continuous evolving the product, process, and performance. And this has allowed a leadership to iterate on its business model. So that we can say means what the business model innovation. Now we can say there are some other organizations we can compare: Blockbuster versus Netflix, Kodak, and Mars. So what kind of the business model innovations these organizations adapt? So in this corona situations also means every startups and the big organizations have introspect and think over the business innovation models. So if we look around the role of the lean innovations, implementing the lean innovation is a beneficial. Lean innovations enable team to develop prototypes and validate new business model faster with the fewer resources by capturing customer feedback early and often. Companies start with the hypothesis, means these new customers having some problems, and solving nature means evolving the product to the next level journey. So how pursuing innovation in business and our day-to-day life in our corporates? In addition to the business model innovation, company could also pursue means type of the innovation, including product innovation, process innovation. So if we look about the product innovations that describe the development of the new product, new feature, as well as an improvement of the performance of the feature on existing product. So if we can consider the Apple phone, Apple is continuously iteration of its iPhone in example of this one. In process innovations, we can compare what kind of the process means we people can put into the place, and implementation of the new or improved product and delivering method is an effort to increase the company's production levels and reduce the cost as well. So best example we can also say in the process innovations means Ford Motors company introduced the first moving assembly line, and which brought the assembly time for single vehicle down from 10 hours, 12 hours to the 90 minutes. So this is a process innovation we can say. Now, if we are thinking about the innovations in our business and in our routine life, the innovation doesn't always come very easily. Above all, example demonstrate that innovation is an important part of running a business. It's also clear that it doesn't always come easy. Complete history is iterated with the example of the companies that were unable to innovate when they needed to the most one. Luckily, these are the steps that business owner, entrepreneurs, professional can take to become a better suited pursuing innovation when opportunity appears. So many organizations sometimes facing the internal challenges which hinder the process of innovations. I want to share some points as well. Means any organization from big corporate to a small startup means they are thinking on the innovation perspective, but some are the challenges means right now each and every unit is facing. Sometimes means employees are not empowered to innovate. Many managers are fear that this innovation will distract the employees. And from the survey, 40% of the employees do not feel empowered to take the risk or try to new ideas and new innovations require the support of leadership and manager to take the whole one across the organization. So leader role is very, very important in innovation. Employees are not motivated to innovate. Once employees are empowered, they feel they passionate, they must also feel to motivation to innovate, and this initiative like inventor incentive program, some level of the contest, and even unstructured time can help and encourage team to spend time on innovating. Sometimes means team is also missing an innovation strategy as well. What kind of the innovation strategy we are planning, and means out of the direct means entire team is working. So sometimes means they are missing the innovation strategy as well. Innovation is a centralized, is one functional group as well, we can say. In many organizations, innovation is the responsibility of one functional group only, like R&D department is only working, some product development is only working, but it is a means entirely means we can say entire organizations and entire structure, entire organization is working in a particular innovation sectors, then definitely means we can generate the pace of innovation. Each department provide a unique perspective on problems of the customer, which can be critical for driving the successful innovations as well. Sometimes lack of the collaborations and the teamwork, okay, is also one of the factor we can consider. So teamwork is also a important aspect for making a new innovations in the organization. Lack of diversity means hiring for an innovation and subsequently building diverse terms can provide organizations innovation initiative with wealth of the ideas generated from different perspective as well. So these are the factors we have considered means how these kind of the new business models and new challenges are there and how we can overcome. So we can say innovation is a very critical initiative for driving the success for any organization in long term. When becoming innovative initiative, it is important to be aware and plan for these challenges. Building a strong innovations in our organization not only helps to avoid these challenges, but also ensure that innovation is a strategic focus for every employee, every team member, and every citizen as well, to learn how to develop an innovation culture in our organizations as well. Sometimes when we are sitting with the students, so they are saying innovation can't be done. But it's our job to remove this kind of the myths and to get things done with a passion as well. In many ways, we have been critical and disappointed by what has and what has not to be happen in our organization, society and country as well. But to great extent, this has been a functions of we can't do this or it can't be done. Do not grow with such a view that something can't be done and that should not be done. So dear students, means in coming years ahead, you are going to be a leaders of this country and shaping the destiny of the country as well. So if we look at the world around where ideas were born, where individual lot of ideas came across, where did Microsoft, where did Apple, where did Amazon, where did Google, and where did Facebook come from? They come from these small ideas and started by a single people, and it make a revolutionary change in the product and the society as well. So technology doesn't require means millions, billions of dollars to establish. They don't require 1,000 acres of the land, 1,000 buildings, but enterprise that are built on the ideas and innovation that in your mind, non-traditional and untired sometimes risky, but that big difference, making a very big difference in the world of tomorrow. They come from the ideas, the people felt something could be done, and that could not be. But big difference, if you can't think it, then you cannot make the difference. I would say you very well can make a difference. If you desire, you having a zeal, you having a fire to make and to achieve at any cost, we will have the failures, frustrations, rejection, but it is a continued commitment that have to be in the world around us. When I am seeing the world largest Indian think tank, millions, billions of the Indian youth, and this is really the future of the India. I have seen their hope. I have experienced their pain as well and walked through their aspiration. So in these aspirations means I can say for getting any kind of the new innovations and new generations of the India means want to share means four ways and four tool as well. First of all means students and entrepreneur has to set goal with the passion. They acquire the knowledge continuously and hard work with the devotions and perseverance. These four means ways we can share to the students, next generations of the India as well. My enthusiasm in New India tomorrow continues to be there, and I feel that means such kind of the means sessions will support enterprising youth, Indian engineers, students, scientists. All of us should be very pleased to play this kind of the role and need to support these because of all of us should be named to unleash these kind of the Indian tigers. So let's all put our hand, heart and soul behind this fact, and this is going to be the new India of the tomorrow. And one revolutionary idea, one brilliant invention will enlighten the billions of the human lives. So, dear friends, keep pushing your limit and try your level best. Set your goal with the patience, continuously acquire new knowledge. Hard work and perseverance will definitely create new innovations for the nation and the society. So, thank you very much for inviting me, be a part of this session. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Your words are really meaningful for our youth, for our students, for us also. That is leadership, teamwork. It's very important role in a innovation, and we just break the myth. We just why we think about that we can't. I am a single person. I can't do anything. I am a single person. I can't innovate something. Our idea can change the life. So the idea सिमकी जो एक line है that one idea can change the life. So yes, one idea can change our life, and one idea can change Indian economy also. Thank you so much, sir. Now I would
Right,
like to invite.
just a second. Just a second.
Yes.
Rightly said. Yeah, rightly said by Mr. Kumaril, sir. You have covered all the aspects of business strategic management while you was talking and giving your inputs inside. And two things I have taken from your address is that first thing, you have given a new tagline to Amazon. That is the amazing Amazon for your needs and requirements. So I think you should forward this particular lines to Amazon so that they can thought about giving a new tagline to their organization. The amazing Amazon for your needs. And second thing is that when we talk about various kinds of innovations, you have covered all the types of innovation. We need to see one thing, like there is a very gross confusion in the minds of students right now. And that confusion is that they have to always think about new ideas. But actually, it's not that. If you need to have a good observation that, like, what is going on in the industry, what is going on in your peer group. So you just fetch one idea, improve it, and introduce it into the market. That is what Facebook did. That is what McDonald's did. And surprisingly, we need to understand one more thing: the companies which came out with their own unique idea, they were not able to sustain afterwards because of certain like drawbacks with the organization or with the leadership. So this is most important thing. If I give you example of LG and Apple, very few people know that LG was the company which introduced a touch screen in the market, but LG was not able to take away the benefit, and afterwards Apple took the entire benefit of that touch screen. And now we can very well see Apple is the market leader in the field of smartphones, whereas LG is forced to take their business out from the mobile manufacturing unit. Same way it happened with MacD, popularly known as McDonald's. Like McDonald's, I was seeing a movie just few days back by name The Founder. So it was having very good conceptual things about how the founder of McDonald's took away the company to next level. Only thing is that at last in the movie he said one thing: I am not having the surname McDonald's, the surname which you are having, and this is the core of taking the business to new heights. So somewhere, sometimes we always forget about like what's going on in our nearby companies or nearby industries or in a peer group. So basically, we need to understand and we need to fetch ideas from those organizations and try to give it a new form and introduce it into the market. That's all we need to do. So over to you, Parul. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Uh, Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to invite to Mr. Sunny Agrawal, sir, CEO of Thinkers and Philo. He was a mechanical engineer. Now he is a businessman, leadership, strong thinking power, innovative things, mindset. Lots of other qualities convert him engineer to businessman. Now, Mr. Sunny Agrawal, sir, please share your views.
Yeah, thank you so much, Parul ma'am, Karthik sir, Nimesh sir, and all my esteemed guest speakers. So it's a very wonderful opportunity for all of us to come together and share. I'll give you a little background about me and what I'm doing so that we understand what kind of a thought process I'm bringing. So I'm coming from a very mid-level background from Patna, from Bihar. Then I've done my mechanical engineering. Then I've done work with Tata Power for a couple of years, where I was doing lots of construction of a boiler unit. I was there in Bhuj for a couple of years. Then I've done my MBA HR, worked with CA Tires RPG group for almost 5.5 years. Then I've started my entrepreneurial journey, where we realized a lot of education, the way we are teaching students, these are not practical approach. So we came up with lots of content, teaching students, helping organizations come up with practical approach. Why I'm saying practical approach? I remember my school days when I used to go, and the first thing which my school did, a major change in my curriculum is like they asked us to visit a government hospital when I was in class 4. That was a kind of experience they wanted us to inculcate. They used to have fairs in the school, and when I was in class 6 to 8, we used to roam around to collect fund for the school fete. These were the kind of activities which schools were doing, and which somehow I'm not sure why this has stopped getting inculcated into the education system. And we realized these kind of activities, a lot of students were able to learn communication skills, negotiation skills, coming up with ideas, influencing peoples. And this is what we have done now, converted all the curriculum into activity based learning. And that's what we have been in touch with lots of IITs, NITs, triple ITs, NIFT, where we deliver these kind of courses. So coming to this topic, we all have been understanding talent innovation, and we can't discuss innovation without understanding talent. क्योंकि जब तक वही बोल रहे हैं ना कि जब तक पेट में रोटी नहीं जाएगी तब तक भजन नहीं होगा. So the first thing we need to understand how this talent is shaping up over a period of a time. So over the past 2 lakh years, how this talent has grown. So let's just spend a couple of minutes to understand that. So down the line, 2 lakh years back, so there used to be a lady who used to sit, yeah, in the kabila. She used to help. Okay, winters are coming or summers are coming. Be secure and safe. There used to be a guy with a bodybuilder who used to save the kabila and the community. From there, we have evolved from British Raj to kind of a data-driven reality today. And now, one thing which I can make out from my day-to-day routine, the morning I wake up to the evening, This one thing is very particular thing is like we are evolving as a holistic individual. Now I can't say I'm just a mechanical engineer. I can't say I'm just an HR guy. I can't say I'm an entrepreneur. मेरी wife के लिए I'm still a labor to her. Yeah, during weekends I need to take care of my house. Like when my daughter is studying, I need to get her homework done also. A lot of multiple roles we are playing as a talent. Yes. So I just give you certain example. There were yesterday it was my anniversary, and my wife expected me to create a 3-minute video, artistic video, which I have not done earlier. It was a new expectation from me as a talent. No, you are doing so many things online. Why don't you create it yourself? Again, my daughter is not able to get on her studies well because of the pandemic. Now my parents are expecting me to, why don't you create something for your daughter for her education? So the expectations we are having from a talent are multi-pronged. It is not just what I studied and what I deliver. Now it's a multi-pronged expectation for everyone. So now this is a very good terminology coming over a period of a time, which is partnership over profit. Why not partner with most of the people and create a leverage environment there? So why not you partner with your wife? Why not you partner with your community guy? Why not you partner with your neighbor and create a community where everyone gets benefit? Yeah, that's something new coming up, and that's where this pandemic has helped us understand why the kirana wala and the medicine guy were able to survive, because these are the 80% of the volume business we are talking about last year. Why they were able to survive? Because they had a very good hold in their community. Along their community, they had a very good hold. There was a kind of a guilt feeling also. No, I'll not purchase online. Let me go and shop in my community. Let them survive because of my good relationship. Let me establish a good relationship. So over a period of a time, this talent is now able to understand relationship, innovation, partnership. So this is how we are going ahead. Now coming to a next point on this, having understood what this talent is now. So most of the time, I'll share, Kumar sir has shared a lot of insights how this innovation should drive. I'll give you certain examples how I do in my organization. So when I'm sitting with my 10 to 15 people day to day night, how we drive innovation, I'll give you certain examples to that. So in one of the session, we were having one client of print media. They used to print newspaper and magazines. So we were having a discussion, their innovation discussion. In a year, print media is going to die. That's a reality which is coming up. Everyone is moving online. Print media is going to die. So how you can innovate there? So the first strategy, what we started asking them to implement, let's understand associative learning. So I asked them, okay, what is the use of your newspaper? They said for reading. I said, what else? Can you come up with more new ideas? Because then they said, okay, there are Sudoku, there are puzzles, brain development, there are jobs also. Okay, these are the traditional. What else? Can you associate the learning with something else? Then we use this one activity. So newspaper plus birthday. Can you come up with new uses? So they said, yes, newspaper can be used as a packaging for gift. That's one thing they come up. Then again, we thought, okay, newspaper and again, any other uses, maybe in kitchen. So, okay, kitchen in for cleaning, for absorbing oil. So this is a second use they have come up. Then again, we force them, okay, why not you keep on associating it every time? Yes. So maybe in decoration, so making birthday caps, yeah, making a good kind of changes in the way you aggregate your news on your newspaper. So the moment we started doing these kind of activities with them, their employees started thinking differently. Now they understood, okay, this could be a good way. So they said, sir, this would be a very nice idea. Why not I hire some YouTuber where they promote how to use newspapers in an innovative way, so that people start using and start thinking the use of newspapers. So this was a one activity which we have done. This is a good way of associative learning. Second example, which I would give, like use of a brick. In one of the session, I asked people to sit and give me 10 uses of a brick. These are the traditional uses they have said, because they are not able to think in a particular direction. Then I asked them to associate it with few of the events that has happened in their life. So brick plus cricket ground. So using it in stumps. Then brick plus your office, maybe for a decorative as a wall. You can create something. Maybe for balancing your table. So these kind of practices we deliberately started using in our sessions. Normally, CEOs meet with what we used to do. We have a problem and we ask for solutions. We ask for ideas. And most of the time, we don't help them train their mind to think. With these kind of activities, we are enabling them to come up with multiple ideas, and let's just infuse these ideas. And that's what has happened with 3M. We all know the 3M tape, now post-it. So this is a very good example which they have come up. They came up with post-it thing, and what happened at that point of a time. So Spencer Silver, when he came up with this 3M post-it, he was looking for something very strong adhesive, but he was not able to get that. Apart from it, what he got, which is a pressure sensitive, low tack, and which can be detached and reused. Instead of throwing this idea, he connected within his network and asked for feedback. So he was having a friend, Art Fry, who was a member of a church choir, and he shared his own experience. Here, when I'm using, like I'm reading the hymns, I need some paper bookmarks. So it normally falls. So he suggested, okay, I have this kind of a material. Would you be able to try it on? And that helped. So this is what innovation we are talking about. Most of the time, as a CEO, I face this challenge. I have a problem at hand, and I want to solve this problem ASAP. Yeah, without wasting any time, I want to solve this problem. But I also realize this point. If I'm asking what I need, I'm not enabling them to think through. So we specially keep a dedicated session where you come up with n number of points. The way Dr. Karthik sir has said, we need to observe more. We need to observe through the environment, what is happening, and come up with ideas. Don't kill that ideas. It's a very common trait for us. We just kill the ideas. We ask them to come up with ideas and we give them dedicated time. We are giving you 20 minutes. Let's brainstorm with the time. That's the one thing we do. The second thing, we forcefully ask people to promote innovation, to drive the new age of business, is try all the softwares which are available. Everything which is available. Be it like Pixlr ho, Meet ho, Google, like all the apps of Chrome, like Jamboard is available. A lot of tools are already available, but people have never used it. So we enforce to our all of employees to suggest one app which is available for free, which they need to learn, get a hands on it, and then just come up and share with each other. This is how we are promoting innovation in our organization. And that's what we have seen. Lots of we have done a survey with lots of students and asked them what are the top 10 apps they are using. To our amaze, they are not using much of the productivity apps. Be it Filmora, be it Lightroom, iKey, be it Evernote. Lots of apps are available which would help you trigger your mindset. These are easily available, but we don't see them using it. That's a very tricky part. So in our organization, to enforce the new age of business strategy, because we know all the ideas are going to come from our network only. We are not going to create new ideas. So if they start using these kind of a free apps which are available, yeah, dictionary app, all the apps which are available, Grammarly, Word, Tune, a lot of apps are available. So the moment they start using, they create solution for the problem we are facing also. That's one. Second, they ask their brain to get tuned, which is a deliberate practice. Normally we say now it requires 10,000 hours to improve on one skill. Yes, for bowling, batting, we need to spend 10,000 hours. But are we investing 10,000 hours for our brain to deliberately practice innovation? No, we are not doing. And that's what we want to train them. Why not, with these kind of activities, deliberately practice innovation thinking? Yeah, that's another thing. Then the one thing which as a surprise which we have done, uh, shifting the accountability and responsibility to our own clients, our own students. For example, the moment we are done with one classroom with the students, if there is a one session we have conducted, we ask them to rate their own peers. Okay, I'm not the one who will be rating you, giving you marks at the end of the day. You rate yourself in a group of six, you do a force ranking. The moment we shifted accountability authority, the maturity level, the kind of a reasoning, the kind of a articulation they do, it really blew our mind. They created own metrics, they evaluated, and it was a very transparent process. In a group of six, who's a rank one, who's a rank six, and the kind of a communication they were having, the kind of a innovation they were driving, it helped them with these kind of a skill set for business. Yes. So coming back to our main topic and linking all this which we have discussed now, one thing is for sure in the coming future, that ideas are all important. Nobody is going to kill the idea now. You create your influencer, you create your own cycle, your own circle, and just do it. Don't wait for prototype, just implement. कुछ भी हो, if you want to improve your communication skill, create one YouTube channel and start improving. So this is the one thing which has changed over a period of a time. People used to wait for the prototype. Now there is no waiting cycle. You are online always available, always online. So use all these innovative new techniques to sharpen your brain, and the new business which are coming up, these all are holistic and integrated in it. It's like I'm standing at one point and trying to help everyone in the globe. It's like a mesh which is across the globe, and I'm connected globally everywhere. So we need to keep on addressing the needs of everyone, ensuring that my circle is intact. Yes, I keep on helping and keep on thinking straight on these kind of a thought process. Yes. And one thing which can really help people to do this is having a good mentor in your life. Have one or two mentors, keep on discussing, keep attending seminars, keep interacting with people. We have created one networking Excel sheet. We have helped us, taught students about how to network. We realized, yeah, people feel networking is not good. They feel like networking is all about when you need something. But it is not about when you need something. Networking is all about enabling people beforehand so that when you need something, they are available. That is what networking. At that point of a time, after 1 year, when you need something, they are standing there at that point of a time to help you. So nowadays, networking plays a very important role in helping you build up that idea. Because मेरे पास एक आइडिया आया, मैं किसी के पास गया, उसने आइडिया शट कर दिया, he said something wrong or negative to me, I'm done. I'm not even going to discuss that idea with someone else. Yeah. So creating that kind of a network is very much important, at least for the students to start with. Learn these kind of a skill, how to give feedback, take feedback, build up network, and then you all are ready for this new journey in the corporate. Yes, thank you so much. These are the small pointers I would have thought of to discuss with you guys.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
It's really very innovative and new kind of thinking. So basically, what I got to receive from your address is that there is a huge potential not only in individuals but also in the organization if you brainstorm a lot and if you give them a right objectivity with the outcome. So these two things are very important. What are your objectives and what outcomes you are going to receive, what outcomes you are going to achieve from those objectives set. So this should be the primary focus, not only in the organizations, but also in the educational institutions. in each and every class, in each and every department, and each and every department of an industry. Now it's high time to set objectives, the objectives which can easily be achieved. And the entire team should be given a time, a moment to brainstorm on the objectivity of the organization or the department regarding how to achieve them, what should be the process, and what are going to be the outcomes which you are going to receive afterwards. So this is most important thing as per you at this. And second thing, what I got to know is that psychology plays a major role. You talk lot about the team working, the brainstorming. So basically, somewhere there is a hidden psychology, not only of the chief of the organization, the head of the organization, but it also carries the message as you go towards the hierarchy at the end. So the message of top management should be very much made clear to all the stakeholders from top to bottom so that objectivity is always made clear in the minds of stakeholders. That is most important thing. So I'm really thankful for your kind address. Dr. Padul, please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Sunny sir, your journey will be inspire our youth. And something I learned from your views that dedication for the time. It's most important element for everyone, even for me, mentor, even students, everyone. It's a dedication for the time. One thing I just share something that one movie I just saw in my TV that is Udan. It's recently it's launched Udan. It's connected with air decking and the dedication for the own project, dedication for the own things, own view on the for the time. That person left his own job in Air Force. He was work in a Air Force section, and he left his job and the work to provide very cheap rate flights to poor people. And yes, for I can say that only the air deccan for the only the air deccan can do this thing. And now, as a middle class family, we we travel with the flight with a very cheap rate. So yes, we have a time, we have idea to dedicate the time, dedicate all the things for own ideas and mentorship. Yes, our network. It's a yes. If our networking is very strong, so we can get some lots of positive vibes from the our network side. So thank you, Sanita. Now in the series, I would like to invite Mr. Amit Chaudharysa. He is a founder and CEO of Mentor School. He is a mentor, teacher. His journey began from Oracle India Private Limited. Now he is a founder of a company. One tagline I just read on the website, mentee to mentor. Firstly, you are a student, then you convert yourself in a mentor. So it's a very good tagline, yeah, best thing for our life. Now, Mr. Amit sir.
Thank you, Dr. Parul. I've been patiently hearing out Mr. Kumaril and Mr. Sunny and all the amazing thoughts which they have shared related to innovations and what would be the future. So I'll share a brief about my journey till now, and I'll share about my perception of business models of the future. So, as I said, I've been an engineer, software engineer by profession, and I started my career way back in 2007 as a software engineer at Oracle. And I had no clue what innovations is. It was college placement. And as usual, you are excited about being a first-time earner. But you are still young, so all you care about is that, okay, I get my first salary, I give it to my mom, and then the rest of the salaries I spend moving around and play and move around with our friends. But over the years, I had a lot of learning in terms of how organizations work, what the work which I was doing, software development, how that work is useful for economy, useful for businesses. What is the impact of the work which I am doing? That was a constant question which kept running into my mind. And I was, by nature, I was a bit of an impatient guy. I mean, I'll be working for some organization, but if I don't see that the whatever I'm doing, and if I don't see a value directly, if I don't see that whatever I'm doing, if it is ending to help a business, if I don't see a visibility there, I would kind of think of move on. That led to take a decision to do an MBA. And the MBA was very fulfilling in terms of opening up my views around the world, around how business actually works. So that was the point where I started linking that whatever work I was doing as a software developer, and now when I see business from a student of this institution, it kind of, a lot of layers started opening up, and kind of helped me understand that, okay, whatever work you do, say software development is one of the areas which a lot of people or a lot of aspirants would like to get into. It's all about improving a process. And Mr. Kumar mentioned about process improvement. And Six Sigma is something which so many of us are aware of. And it is nothing but how do you do a process? How do you ensure a process is implemented efficiently with least errors? And when you think about today's world, customers are so fickle-minded that one mistake from your side and your customer is gone. So, and if you look at industries like telecom, if you look at industries which have heavy infrastructure and capital investment, in these kind of industries, acquiring customers is really, really tough. You spend a lot on marketing, advertisements. You kind of end up luring customers into different offers. And once your customer is in, that means you need to take all the efforts it takes to ensure that the customer is happy, the customer is taking your services, and in the end, your customer becomes your promoter through whatever word of mouth spread, and in the world of social media, it could be through social media posts. So your customer becomes your promoter, and that's the best situation any organization can be in. So that was a great learning about that. Okay, whatever I was doing, it was kind of helping a business, whether it was retail or whether it was manufacturing or finance, some sector it was serving. But again, it was still that, okay, whatever I'm doing, it is serving a business, but what's my value add? So is there something which I could do which could help organizations directly? And I think that was the seed of thinking that, okay, maybe I should plan something about myself. But that was more of a forced thinking where I was just thinking that, okay, I should do something, but what would be that something? That was never clear. So then I thought that, okay, let me diversify my experience itself. So I worked for a very large world-renowned organization, but then I moved entirely to a fresh new startup, and that was into agri-tech space way back in 2014. And there was nothing like agri-tech in India. It was all agriculture. So it was all this agriculture which you associate with farmers who are poor, farmers committing suicide, farmers throwing their food on the street. And here I was a technologist trying to be in this space. I was always thinking like, what should I do? And a great opportunity for me was that by that time I had already started my journey into the world of data science, data analytics, artificial intelligence, all these words which are so popular these days. And it was an awesome opportunity to understand a domain which is so crucial to us, like for our daily survival, food, right? And at the same time, looking at how could technology help innovate a domain which is so traditional, which is so infested with politics, where can there be organizations, can I write some code, can I write some software and help, say, improve this process, right? Of a process could be, say, growing your crops in a safe environment, doing pesticide application at the right time, harvesting at the right time, from the fields to the warehouse, how your produce could be sent in a shortest amount of time. How could this food reach your shelf, like my neighborhood store, being fresh at the same time, so that I can just go and I can pick it up, and I'm paying, and I'm ready to pay premium for that also as a customer. So that was a moment of immense learning. Those 3 to 4 years which I spent in a startup, and it was going from scratch. And that was the first-hand experience I had with innovation. I mean, all the while I've been hearing about innovation in big meetings, our company's annual annual company day programs. And there used to be some senior people used to come and talk about, okay, hey, we should innovate. These are the pillars of innovation. But it's like being human beings, until unless you experience something on your own, you feel like, okay, there is something called innovation, I don't care. So, but when I started working with the startup, I was coming from a big organization, so I was used to kind of demanding things that, okay, I'm looking for this laptop, I'm looking for this service, can you give me this software, can you give me that software? And Sunny mentioned the skill of using and being aware of free tools out there to help innovate. It's a very, very powerful aspect of your business. And when I used to go and talk about this, all I was responding, we don't have resources, we don't have money, we don't have money. We are startup, our funds are dried up. Okay, so use whatever available, try innovating. And I was just said, like, try innovating. And what did that ended up with? It ended up with discovery of many open source softwares, which I came in, I suggested, I implemented. In the end, my mentor, my CTO at that time, he said that, see, it has worked. This is what innovation is. You do not give things to people. All you give them is opportunity. You give them time. I was given time that, okay, see, I know this thing. He said, see, it doesn't exist, the solution which I'm looking for, but it is a solved problem. It is available. You have Google, go search, you will find out something. And the power of searching, power of getting down to your solution, it is, I would say it's a superpower if you can have. If you know the right skill of searching at Google, everything is available, right? So right from how to make a soap to how to make a complicated hardware solution, everything is available over the internet. So what's stopping us to go search, find out, and just go and build the solution? I understood what was stopping was, first of all, lack of awareness that, okay, what you're looking for can be done. That's the kind of assurance first. And that assurance can only be given by a mentor, somebody who is senior in the industry, or somebody who can go and talk to. And innovation starts first with opportunity, and that's where in that period in the startup, by the time I left it, the startup had grown, and I was very happy that I contributed something personally, and I could see on the field using the application which I contributed building, and that was a superb feeling that, okay, here is something which I built which is ending up in customers' hands, and I could see customers using it, and that kind of aggravated the fire of innovation. I again moved on and I tried out doing something here and there, but by that time I was pretty convinced that I always wanted to help people understand their talent, discover their talent, nurture it, grow it. And that led me to found Mentor School, where it came out of my own personal problem. And this is one thing which I have seen a very common pattern in the industry. You see Mr. Bhavish Agrawal, founder of Ola, right? He had a very harrowing experience once going out of town, and he had to negotiate a lot. He was cheated. And what did he do? He started with Ola. You see Mr. Ritesh Agrawal, founder of Oyo. He's from a very small town from Odisha. But he faced this problem of whenever he wanted to take his family out for a trip anywhere, he had to go to that place, talk to tens of hotels, or talk to that auto wala who can take you to that place where he has a commission cut. And then you are all dependent upon these people. But what did he do? He founded Oyo, where all you need to do is there's an app, you book, everything is done. So when you reach your destination, you are stress-free. You can enjoy the trip rather than getting the hassle of finding a hotel. So if you see, innovation is something which is there, but there needs some sort of ignition, that spark which should be leading you to that, okay, this is the time for us to innovate. This is the problem I want to solve. And many times it has been a personal problem which you have faced, which has led you to that, okay, I want to solve this problem not only for myself, but for the bigger society. And this is where I started that, okay, I want to build a platform, I want to build a process where any individual, whether it's a student or maybe it's a company or someone like anyone who wants to get into an organization, how do I help them validate your skills? These days, learning is something which is continuous, which is universally available. Nobody can say that I don't have an opportunity to learn. Do you have access to internet? Yes. Are you sitting at home in pandemic? Yes. So what is stopping you to start learning? Whatever is stopping you, that needs to be addressed. It could be your own lethargy, and in many cases, I am a procrastinator. For a long time, I used to delay my deliverables or when I was at work. But the moment I switched to owning my own work, everything was gone. I could not be lethargic. I have a customer on my head, and every customer wants a solution the next day. Nobody customer will say, "ठीक है, 6 महीने बाद चलेगा, अभी कल चाहिए," right? So that led to that sense of urgency in terms of, okay, I need to be up on my toes, and here is where now innovation starts helping. That I am one person organization right now. I mean, as of now, we are like 5 people strong. But it's that whenever you're starting, I don't have access to millions of dollars of funds, right? Nobody knows what I'm doing when you're starting off, right? You need to slowly build your brand. You need to slowly build your process, and also you need to be highly efficient in this process. Even if I have, suppose, millions of dollars of money, one approach would be that I start going in the market and start hiring people without giving it a thought. But do I want to just hire people and give them suboptimal work, a work which they do not want to enjoy? Or I work with very less people, but each person is a superstar. Each person is super productive, right? And this is the place where innovation comes in. So having access to resources, that doesn't ignite innovation. Lack of resources, I mean, if you want to do something the way you want, but when there are hurdles, when there are obstacles, then you start innovating. Then you start looking for options. Okay, what should I do? Should I try out something? And that's where that triggers learning also. That I need to deliver something to my customer 2 days later, and there's this one component in my delivery which I don't know. What should I do? I cannot ask anyone. I have to learn right here, access internet, try out things, fail fast, and come back with a solution and deliver. And everybody does it. It's not a hidden secret that how do great organizations deliver. Everything starts with an etchy process, with maybe any solution which is not perfect. And this is one learning which I had from one of my colleagues when I was about to start off. He told me and he had already started a business, and for 3 years he was working only out of Excel spreadsheets and mails and all, very smartly handled. He said that I have deliberately not invested a lot of money and all in coming up with a fancy software or establishing a great team. My first important thing is that, is my idea working? The validation of idea is extremely important. And being somebody from a technology field, I always had this bias that I can build a great software. And I used to idolize Google, Microsoft, and Amazon and these companies. But what I understood is that building a software is easy for me. Winning a customer's confidence is extremely difficult. And that will only happen when you first develop a process, sell your idea, see that whether your process is successful or not. And it's always there that you will not find just one kind of customers. There will be some prospects who would see your solution in a different way. So there could be 3 or 4 different perspectives of the solution or product you are presenting. So it's always important that you do kind of an ABC analysis. It's like you find out which are the group of customers who can get your 70 to 80% of revenue done. If there are a group of customers who can do that, focus on them. It's okay. That's called the Pareto principle. You focus on 20% of factors which can lead you which can either lead to 80% of problems you are facing or 80% of opportunities which you want to get. So that is something which I learned, that being frugal and when you deliberately design this. So even in my team, when somebody comes and says, okay, not happening, And it's easy to say that, and this is something I've seen in students a lot, especially these days when they have so much access to resources, but still this complaint comes that, hey, what is this I'm not able to do? And that's one of the most lame excuses we see. How you are not able to do when there is resources. First thing is that if it's not about the problem of not knowing. Well, and today it's not like our parents' generation where you graduate or you do a postgraduate and you're done. You work in a bank or in a company. Here, every day I have to learn, and especially in the field of technology, things are changing like this. I know Java today, tomorrow the requirement is for C, C++, day after that the requirement is for Python. So it's going to ever change. So I cannot say that, okay, I have learned, I'm the most knowledgeable person in the industry and I can lead my life easy. And it's not about technology only. Being an entrepreneur for some time now, one thing which I've learned is that you have to learn everything. I was always decided that, okay, I'll never go into sales. That's not my area. I'm not made up for sales. But see, here I am. I have to do sales. Without sales, there's nothing I can do for my business. I can have a great product, but if I do not have selling skills, it's like I can't do justice to my business. I can think that, okay, I can hire great salespersons, but that I can only do that when I have money coming in. And right now, money itself would be, when you're beginning stages of your organization, money will always be a problem, right? So how do you, so then when money is a problem, which means there is a restriction, there is a roadblock, how do you get around it? Innovate. And how do you innovate? One thing is good for being a technologist is doing a lot of process innovation. Process innovations is easy for us if you know how to build softwares. So it's like you identify a process, and these are the points, these are the areas which lack or which require a lot of manual intervention. For example, there was one initiative we took, we did a hackathon for one of the universities in data analytics. And there was one place where we had to manually send mail to each of the participants saying, hey, welcome, and this is what we'll be doing. And one of my most talented team members, he had to do it because we said that we don't have any option. We have to do it. But then he came back a few days later and said that it's not done. We cannot do like that. We are 4-member team and then we have to do this mundane work. What we can do? I said that I discovered some link on the internet and say, go ahead and try it out. Within 2 days, this problem was solved. He coded it. And now if I have to run any kind of hackathon, all he needs to do is click on a button and there are automatic mails going, people responding. And it's like our job was cut down from 4 hours to 0 minutes now. I mean, so there is nothing. All you have to do is go and click and everything happens. So it helped in terms of, first of all, a very talented individual. Because he got an opportunity to solve a problem, he was so happy, and he continued. He's still continuing in my organization. If I had forced him to do that, no, you have to do it every day and do that, within no time he would have say, I quit. Right. So being in a field where my field is where I help organizations which want to innovate, my job is to provide them the talent to innovate. So what would be the right talent for any organization to innovate? We look at all these organizations, the new industries which is coming up, all that ed tech, health tech, medical tech, e-commerce, fintech, all these new startups which are coming up, and as we see newer and newer startups being funded, they are in a huge demand of talent. And in a startup, one thing which is there is no startup can wait for you to develop your skills, reach that level, and then start contributing. They want it right away. I have hired you. Start innovating, start contributing from day one, which means the talent which is required, the mindset which is required for innovation, that needs to be designed, that needs to be engineered. And that is something which I've started off as a vision, that need to have talent which is not only skilled in terms of the transactional skills. For example, if I say technology is a transactional skill because it will keep on changing its shape over the future. But there are a lot of other skills which will stay with you and not depends upon your personality. How good an orator you are, how good a presenter you are, can you negotiate, right? If required, can you unlearn the wrong stuff and can you learn new things and can you implement it quickly and solve a problem? And that will only happen when people have problem solving mindset. So thinking about, say, students, a typical engineering student in a university, say a first year grad or a first year student, that student doesn't have any idea. I mean, a very, very small, rare percentage where a student which is joining in first year of engineering is he knows his way out. Right? These people mostly will end up dropping out of college, and they will innovate like Elon Musk or Bill Gates. But majority of the population who are in universities, in colleges, they are looking for guidance, they are looking for support, they are looking for they're looking for people who can say that, yes, if you have an idea, you can do it. How? There is an ecosystem, and let that ecosystem help you. And how does that ecosystem work? So first of all, the first thing is that to take away this idea that entrepreneurship is cool. It's not cool. Okay. It takes a toll on your body. It takes a toll on your mental health. You have to do everything. You have to look into finances. You have to look into operations. You have to look into people. I don't know whether the person I've hired, he won't leave me for the next day. Can happen, right? So be ready for surprises. Be ready for shocks. So it took me 13 years to jump into entrepreneurship. So all that while I was into service domain, I used to be a regular salary earner. But that's equally important, because all that journey, it gave me immense exposure in India, internationally, and I could see many processes happening. I could see processes in e-commerce domain. How does purchase happen? I could see process in logistics sector. How does a delivery happen? I could see process in agri-tech. How does a farm produce ends from farm to fork? So it gave me a lot of exposure, and I could try out a lot of things without coming out of my job. So all of us want a safe environment to start. Challenge, yes, but once you have family, once you have kids, the pressure increases on you that, okay, do you want to still go for entrepreneurship, or do you want to continue with the way you are doing? But again, there's always, at that point of time, if you have that passion and you're convinced that, yes, I want to invest maybe the next 2 to 3 years of my life to build this, that's always going to help. And that's where organizations today, especially the startups, they're looking for people who can innovate and who can go around problems by looking for solutions, talking to people, connecting with mentors, and in the end, contributing in a way that, and while you're contributing, that who knows, you discover your own passion. And that's where it said that people talk about Flipkart mafia today. What's that Flipkart mafia? It's the two founders, the two Bansals who founded Flipkart. And when they started hiring people, all these people who they hired in their early days, now you can see them being founders of many companies. So what they provided is this mentee to mentor kind of an ecosystem. They gave challenges to them. They said that we need to establish our delivery system to their delivery head. They gave challenge to their finance professional to ensure risk compliance. And these people being MBA grads, all they have is knowledge, but no practical experience. What they provided is, go ahead, come up with your ideas, try it out, and one important thing is fail fast. Do not sit on your problems. If there is a problem, then you want to try it out, you'll get on research. And how does mentors help? They will give you guidance. My mentor used to just tell me, this needs to be solved. All you need to go to these 2-3 links in the website and start exploring. That starting trigger is the most important from the mentor side. And you need not micromanage. That is one thing which, especially in today's world where all of us are connected digitally, micromanagement is not going to work. The experience of my manager sitting on the other side digitally and telling me do this, do that, nobody would like that. Which means that you leave people, you basically trust on their capabilities. And that's what all the greatest founders like Steve Jobs or Elon Musk or Bill Gates, they have done. They have trusted their people. Because first thing, you're hiring people, you're paying them, you're hiring smart people. So if they are smart, then you should give that amount of time. You should give them their personal space to try their ideas and at least convince them, okay, even if it fails, that's fine. But do not sit on your problem. If it fails, learn from it, move on. That's where the skill of unlearning and then learning comes in. So these ideas, they foster innovation, and that's where we see founders of Udaan. Udaan has been a very successful company, and his founder was once a employee at Flipkart. And there are dozens of examples where Flipkart has innovated. Amazon is an innovator. Amazon is home ground for CEOs. I mean, Sachin Bansal and Benny Bansal, they were working with Amazon, right? So they came out and they started Indian Amazon. And never think about, as I think Dr. Karthik was saying, that no idea, you need not always think about that next disruptive idea. It's not required. Especially when we are in a situation of a pandemic, even if you just replicate an already solved problem in your scenario, that's what Ola did, that's what Flipkart did, that's what Oyo did. All their counterparts were there in the US, but what they did was they built a solution for India. And when you're building a solution for India, it's not a lift and shift, that you pick up the solution from US and then you bring it in India and you start off and it will work. No. There needs to be cultural understanding. There needs to be behavioral understanding. How does an Indian customer work? Indian customer doesn't understand loyalty, right? Whatever kind of initiatives you take, we are very price sensitive, and that's fine. That's if I see that I have Ola and Uber costs me 5 rupees less, I may switch on to Uber, because in the end that's helping me save costs, right? If the service levels are fine. So India-based innovation is something which is much more, which is required a lot, and there are enough problems out there, and that's one thing which, especially for students, look around, keep your eyes, ears, mind open, and if you go through an experience which is harrowing, which is painful, ask this question: why this experience was painful? Typical example is the Indian railway system, the booking site, right? Everybody used to complain about it. Yeah, ye khulta hi nahi hai, right? Booking a ticket from this website is impossible. But then innovation happened. Somebody took the pains and they developed that portal, made it better. And last time when I booked, my experience was really good. So the point is that sitting over problems is that whether a chalta hai attitude, that can continue, but that will not contribute whenever you're thinking about innovation. Innovation means you come out of your comfort zone and then always keep asking questions. And this is something which I'm not sure whom to blame for, that we kind of have stopped asking questions. It's like just accept how the things are coming. Until somebody asks question, nobody is aware of whether there is a problem at all. Everybody thinks that all going good, sab theek chal raha hai. But somebody who's asking question, then there is an awareness raised that, okay, there is a problem because somebody is disagreeing to it. Then how do we go ahead and attend that? And if that problem is something which lot many are facing, then why nobody is taking a call on it? Why nobody is starting up on it? Why it doesn't happen? Because especially if you think about students, they're not aware that there is a system. Even if they're aware there is a system, how to start? वो बोलते हैं ना झिझक, that thing that okay, कोई क्या बोलेगा? And again, the society, the parental system, they'll say क्या कर रहे हो? I mean, why are you leaving such a great job and you are start getting into uncharted waters, right? There'll be hundreds of pushbacks. But the point is that, first of all, are you convinced that this will work? This could be a false thought also, that no, I think very strongly it will work. But the point is that until unless you give it a try, you never know it worked or not, right? So this thing about trying is very, very important, that just go into the market. As my friend said, get into the market, get to the customer straight away. Because in the end, your money is going to come from customers. So if there are no customers, please come out of that business, think of something else, right? So that thing about quickly going, innovating, coming up with a solution, trying it, failing fast, and every time start from first principles thinking, right? First principles thinking, think logically, right? If this is a process, this is the phase of the process which is taking time. How do we reduce that? Learn some frameworks to do this kind of problem solving analysis. When you analyze the problem, then see how it could be fixed in. And this is where the mentorship framework, the innovation, incubators, they come in. They provide that group of mentors who can help you either in your finances or in your legal or in your operational or even say branding, right? They are going to help you. All you need to do is learn quickly, try it out, and come up with something which you can produce and help people make their lives better in whichever way you can. So, so again, in the end, I'll just have closing statements that it's not only about say you go through a university and whatever your professors are teaching you, you just go ahead and pass out. One way is that you pass out, you go for an organization, work for it, and I definitely support it. My background has been that. So I don't say that, hey, don't go and do job, innovate. That's a true preposterous statement. I don't want to misguide people. It's like if you are getting an opportunity to work at an organization, make fullest use of it. Always try asking question, is it helping me? Is this helping me? You may have ended at a wrong place, right? So from that, your college is only going to help you with the launch pad, not beyond that. Not beyond that, it's up to you to ask questions and see what do you want to do. Keep your eyes, ears, mind open and come back, solve a problem. And there is plethora of problems in India. Two books I would definitely suggest students definitely to read. One is Digital Nation. That's about India-based innovation. Superb book, which will tell why India needs innovation as of now at a breathtaking pace. Technology solution, and that's where technology helps. You may have a solution, but for that solution to reach masses of the scale of India, technology is a must. So that book very beautifully it describes this thing. And second book is Hit Refresh by Microsoft CEO. Right. So these two books definitely read. You may not understand everything, but you will at least just read it like a novel, and you will get many starting ideas to think over. And those starting ideas, that's more important, and I think that will give you the trigger to innovate in future. That's it. Thank you, Dr. Parul. That's it.
Thank you, sir.
Really, thank you for your kind words. And basically, out of your address, I got to know two main things. Like customer feedback is very important because whatever we are doing for the sake of customer only. So we need to take care of the feedback and all the responses given by customers very clearly. And second thing, which you talked about the HR of any organization, that is mentee to mentor program. It is very important. Right now, what happens, we talk about top to bottom kind of communication, but in actually it should be from bottom to top. So that should be the inner responsibility of employees to think about any process. If they think any improvement is required, they need to give their inputs and suggestion to the management so that the same thing can be rectified. And same way, when we talk about students are like raw, you can say anything which is raw. So we need to mold them. But being an organization, being an educational organization, and being a corporate, there are certain thin hairline differentiations where to stop because we don't want our students to be spoon fed. Actually, it has to be something which is from their inside. Yeah, this is the thing I want to do it in future. So that understanding we need to develop and inculcate in students. So that is most important. Thank you, Mr. Amit. Thanks for your kind words. Over to Dr. Parul.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Amit, sir. That your words is very fruitful to us. That one thing is very clear, that is a customer is a king. Always, customer feedback is very important to develop our product, to improve our product. And one more thing, I understand very well that place is never matter. That you belongs to a small city or a big city, it's never matter. What's your observe? What's your analysis? As per for some time, Dr. Karthik Jain sir already said that observation is most important element. Yes, observation, analysis power. What's your observation, analysis power said to you? That you find the problem, that you have a solution. So if you can solve the problem, only you one person who can solve the problem. So innovation and startup, it's a good thing to improve the all the problems, to solve the problem. So thank you, Amit sir. Thank you. Now we move on our next session. It's our question and answer session. So my first question, Mr. Kumar Patel sir. Sir, being a CEO of the IT company, what is the message you want to convey to the student who are passing out and join their professional career?
Yes, madam. So the student means very fruitful sessions. Mr. Amit, Mr. Sunny, everybody has shared. So looking toward the Indian youth who is going to pass and jumping for the professional career, I want to share a lot of opportunities are there in India. India is going to become a very digital economy to a innovation hub nowadays. Global big brand like Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook, they have committed to investing heavily in India in infrastructure, innovation, and reskilling as well. So, to the students, they are the next future of the India. Talent, technology, and tool are going to be the three ingredients that will help a sustainable and growth oriented Indian digital economy as well. So when we are talking with the student, nothing is impossible when you dream it and you believe it. All dream can be true if you having a learning attitude, hardworking nature, willingness and courage to pursue them. So मुझे धीरू भाई का भी आज एक कोट आ जाता है कि think big, think fast and think ahead. Ideas are no one's monopoly. So mistake will be there, but if you try, as Amit really shared good inputs to the young generations, if you are trying and trying, mistake will be there, but mistake will be revenue for you. So as Zegma said, कि आप 25 years तक become a very good student and up to 30 years get an exposure from a small startup. Okay, if you will directly join in a very big organization, you will be a part of a big machine, so you will only learn the process only. But from small company you will have a means very good mentor and you learn to dream. Which company you have not important, but which leader you follow, it very important up to the 30 years. And 30 to 40 years you having a freedom what kind of the further means knowledge and professional career you are applying. So I am purely believing only college degree with the high percentage will not only work, but for the necessary success, skills and talent is always should be there. And successful people are always big dreamer. So आप सपना देखने का कभी भी वो मत सोचो. सपने always try your level best. Imagine what their future could be. Idea in very respect and then work every day toward the distinct vision, that goal and that purpose. So lot of opportunities India having and Indian engineers definitely means lot of opportunities are there.
Dr. Parul, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now, my next question to Mr. Sunny Agrawal, sir. Sir, post-pandemic, how does moral and values would operate in future business models?
Yeah, thank you so much, Parul. That's a wonderful question we'll be talking about because we have seen a lot of unethical practices which have been there. And during this pandemic, everyone is trying to boost the economy, get into this race and earn more and more. A lot of unethical practices have turned up. I'll give you certain data and examples on it. So a lot of people have started using Instagram influencers. And of that, 45% of the accounts are fake. We know that. There have been a lot of survey and debate on this. There are 1 million followers. The people who are having 1 million followers, they are a part of a 66% of the fraud activity, some kind of a fraud activity they are doing. Most of the people, companies who are investing in generating sales through these influencers are just using unethical ways. So post-pandemic, the way the digital era is booming, the moment you do something wrong, you get flashed very easily. Yeah, and that's the one era we are living into. I'll give you one example. A lot of people are not aware of Steve Wozniak. Yeah, he was the partner of Steve Jobs. So this is one small black history of Steve Jobs. So what was happening? Steve Jobs was approached to write some codes and program and hardware for a video game. At that point of a time, he was given 1 month of time to do that. He was not having that kind of a capability to deliver. So he outsourced this project to Steve Wozniak. So this whole project was outsourced to Steve Wozniak, and Steve Jobs asked him to get it done within 4 days. Yeah. Whereas Steve Jobs got 1 month of time to get it done. That's the one thing. Steve Wozniak was working in HP at that point of a time. He was a star engineer there. He worked day and night. He was working in shift to come up with this video game, and Steve Jobs paid him just half the money for that project. And Steve Wozniak was not even aware of this. After 10 years, he came to know about this because the digital era started booming. Things were coming in Outlook. Yeah. Then they got into a mishap. So this is what the whole point is. So Steve Wozniak was the guy who came up with the Apple idea. Yeah. He pitched this idea to HP, and HP declined this idea. Why would a common guy would need a PC at that point of a time? He pitched it not one, twice, but 5 times. But his idea was declined, and he got into terms with Steve Jobs, and they came up with this personal computer. So at that point of a time, and the same things are continuing nowadays. People get into a wrong terms. We are not clear with our terms negotiation with each other, assuming that nobody would be aware of it. So the kind of a moral liability we have with respect to each other, be more transparent. Sooner or later, things would come upfront. We are living in a digital world now. Kisko kitna payment kiya ja raha hai, nobody is aware of. Used to be aware of, but now people openly discuss all those things. People, the moment you hard press on someone's emotion, they would go online and start talking rubbish about all the companies. Yeah, that's the era we are talking about. So it's a huge responsibility for all the CEOs, all the startup guys who are coming up, that be more conscious about this whole morals and ethics thing. Gone are the days where the society was structured around markets, but now market is driving society. Yeah, even if the things are not required for people, but we are enforcing them. Yes, I'm giving you one certain example of it. Before 3G, a lot of chaos was for digital network. Yeah, use of cell phone, our on brain health. Yes, a lot of chaos were there. But now 5G datas are being manipulated. All the bad impact of 5G datas are manipulated. Now instead of just having one cell phone, we are having more number of digital devices. Earphones se leke headbands and wristbands. We are having more digital devices, and nobody is talking about the health implication of that. Yes, this is what the morals we are talking about. We are manipulating data, we are playing with data so much that the ethics and the values have taken backseat. Though we want to solve the problems, but we are manipulating the data. We are influencing people in a wrong way. But now people have started stepping up. At least post-pandemic, everyone has started demanding more. Earlier, nobody was demanding school colleges from the government. But now, from going ahead, this would be the first thing that people would be demanding in the manifesto. I don't care pani or ye sab. I just care schools and colleges to be the priority. That's what will be changed in the coming area. So there's a humble request to all the students to start understanding and learning morals and ethics, how this is important, and how your data manipulation would play a stringent role in that. Yes. Thank you so much, Parul.
Thank you, sir. One thing seriously is a very important aspect for us, that if we want to grow, to save our values, save our morals. Thank you, sir. Now, my next question to Mr. Amit Chaudharysa. Sir, being in the field of talent grooming, how much do you think that hard skill matter compared to soft skill?
Right. Thanks for that question, Dr. Paran. So, first of all, let me just quickly define. When we say hard skills, again, hard skills are something, for example, technology. Technology is a hard skill, right? Which has either a yes or a no. So there will be either a solution or there won't be a solution. Computers understand the language of binary, right? On or off. That's it. So when we talk about hard skills, math is a hard skill, right? Technology, coding, programming, it's a hard skill. So hard skills are like your base, your foundations. If you want to enter the technology industry, you need to know some basic programming. If you want to enter the field of, say, finance, you need to know some basics of investment banking, or you need to know how do you build financial models in Excel sheet. So every field of work would require for you to have some hard skills. And educational organizations today, whether it's universities or like training institutes and all, the biggest focus is to help people develop their hard skills. And as I said, hard skills would be the ones which will help you survive. You'll get into the industry and grow in the industry, because hard skills are, as they say, it's hard to learn. It takes a lot of time for you to invest personally into learn these hard skills. But once you learn, the better you are at hard skills, the better you stand out from the market. And the more you stand out from the market, the opportunities will chase you rather than you chasing opportunities. So that's why hard skills become so important to have. But as you grow, when you are, say, a student, you have entered the industry, you will be purely judged on your hard skills. But as you grow, as you become, say, reach a managerial level, or say you are a founder, or you are a senior manager, VP, SVP, or a team manager, whenever you are interacting at your work with people. So as long as you are working with systems, so if you are a programmer, all you do is sit in your system and you do programming, then you can avoid your soft skills. And even if you're bad at speaking, or if you're bad at say presenting, it's okay. Soft skills, it's not only about the behavioral aspects. It has basically the aspects of business, the aspects of consulting, and the aspects of your behavior. So being able to, if you're, say, for example, a person goes to an interview, you are a super programmer, but you could not talk a word. You could not convince, you could not explain your work to the interviewer, right? The interviewer has no clue why to hire you. You have made your CV, but you have not put your CV in a way where you could help them grab your skills. Again, being such a hardworking person, you're not able to produce. So one skill which the soft skills are important to survive and to reach that higher level in your organization or whatever. If you're starting on your own, surviving would be important. So when we talk about morals, as Mr. Sunny said, or when we talk about say some soft skills in like presentation skills, critical thinking, first principle thinking, right? Brainstorming, and then empathy. Like when you're working with a team and you are the senior person, you unknowingly you have that additional responsibility that in case your team fails in something, you should be there. You cannot be a manager who's that you pack your bag and leave once you're done, and you leave your team struggling. When there is a problem, you need to step up. So that brings empathy, and that is something which no training institute can teach you. Right? It is something which you learn as you grow, as you mature. But these skills are so important because, first of all, nobody can teach you. You learn it through experience. Second, these are so subtle that the expression of such feelings can make or break your image, your brand, your career. Right? These days we see companies, they jump on any event or any bad or good or bad event, and there is a meme fest going on. Every company wants to jump on it and they want to. But at times it appears that they have their branding misfired. It happened with Zomato, and it happened with a couple of companies. So at this point of time, your soft skills are going to help you. That if you are an empathetic person, you'll understand the difference between an event which can be taken off as a pleasing or a humorous event, or an event which should not be touched upon. An event of religion, an event of politics, those things need not be touched upon. So reckless branding, it will diminish your image instantly in the world of Twitter and Instagram, right? So both are important. When you're, as a student, when you're starting your career, focus on hard skills, but always be open to learn soft skills, and that will come with when you interact more. Have a mentor. I am convinced with this idea because that has led me to start this company. Have one person as your mentor. That can be your father, your brother, some senior at your college, and that person is always going to help you groom your career. And especially in soft skills, that person will be a game changer in your life. Yeah. So both skills important, but at different stages of life. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I understand that I can say that hard skill is our body and soft skill is our soul. So body and soul both are a work together. If one thing is missing, so no one can improve in own career. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Amit sir. One more question to Mr. Kumar Patel sir. Sir, can you share something about your two successful IT product journey?
Yeah. So my organizations is majorly working in two products, education and healthcare domain. In education means we having a school management ERP and digitalize more 1400 plus schools, colleges and university globally. Right now we having operations around 20 states of the India and 7-8 countries outside as well in educational institutes. So we started our journey from very small town. Just I wanted to share with my dear students as well. So from small town place like Palanpur, Banaskantha. So at the time in 2000, no internet was easily available, and we have started this product in Visual Basic. So at that time there is no any kind of the software as a service model, cloud-based applications. So for each and every exe file means I had traveled 20 times, 30 times particular schools as well. When we were visiting the schools and colleges at the time means itna bhi technology ka era nahi tha कि computer the people are keeping in the cupboard, and when we are visiting they are keeping out and putting on the table. In my service team, support engineer is visiting to the client location for implementation part. So such a remote place means border area of the Pakistan. So if he miss any bus means next day only he can get. There is no any kind of the frequency or connectivity, other options are there. But if I see the journey in my 20 years means more than 200 plus schools, colleges and university, they are using this intuitive end-to-end solutions, and they are with us more than 15 years and continuously they are using this application. So this is the really a good success with my team, with my mentors, with my clients, and managing and storing more than 7 billions of the student data. It's a multiple award winning product as well, and we can consider it's a one of the top 3 school management ERP. And we can say through the customer satisfaction and customer delightness only we achieve this kind of the success. For the other product means while we are working with the big conglomerate having a more than 1 lakh to 5 lakhs of employees like entire Adani Group, Larsen and Toubro, World Giant, Cement King, Holcim and Lafarge, American Express, Bayer, such kind of the Fortune 500 companies, they are very, very process other organizations. And as Amit has shared, means I have also worked 7-8 years with IBM and HP as well. So means I have gone through a lot of processes, lot of performance, lot of people management. So the big organizations, they are expecting means up to mark in the product journey. So domain knowledge and service is the key factor for product development. And through the very good domain means, as I want to share, means occupational health and safety, the other product we people have, it's a very unique concept. And Through these applications means entire Adani Group won the ABCR. It's a corporate Oscar award. So through this kind of the means if the candidate having and team having a hard work, learning attitude, willingness and perseverance, definitely means you can develop a very successful product. But while we are means having a patience and everything, we have to sacrifice long hours, time away from the family, working hard and intelligently to extent possible will definitely move to the goal driven approach will also work. While means sometimes means we are discussing with the students means they are comparing only means weekly we people have to work 40 hours. Recently means I have gone through one video of the Elon Musk. So Elon Musk was saying means I am working 100 hours in a week. So if you compare 40 hours and 100 hours means if I will working with a 1 hour 1 year with some kind of the consistency, definitely my experience will be double compared to the person who is putting 40 hours only. So if we are setting the goal, then break them down into more manageable chunk and developing a habit and love of reading and reading definitely help and evolving new features in the product process and people, so it will help us a lot. Adversity will be there for product development क्योंकि product का journey बहुत ही difficult है. To work with a service project, okay, complete the project in 3 months, 1 year is difficult, but to maintain a product for 20 years is difficult task. Okay, so adversity would be there, but if we having a courage, self-belief and can-do spirit, definitely means we can overcome any kind of the adversity. So same empathy means I can share. Empathy means caring and sharing. So if you will more care any person higher, so we will grow more. Wealth, it is a wealth of your heart, and more you spend on others, more you become wealthy. So always means empathy should be there with the team and with the client as well, and strong faith on the technology. So what are the trending and booming technology like the AI, machine learning, data analysis, data science? Definitely we have to be think on our product, how best technology we can incorporate in our existing product. So, and the last one is the trust, loyalty and heart-to-heart relationship with the team and client will be the secret for any kind of the product journey. So these are the secret mantra of the product success from my end.
Thank you, sir. Seriously, your journey is a very inspirational to me, to our all faculties and our students, and also and those who are connected with the Facebook and listening you. Really, they learn lots of things from your journey. That you work from that time when we have a no lots of IT things. And you on that time you improve and you generate lots of things and solve lots of problems. So thank you so much, sir. Now, in this last session, I would like to invite Dr. Gunjan Yadav for vote of thanks, sir. Dr. Gunjan Yadav, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Parul ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
First of all, I would like to thank all the expert panels available there, especially Mr. Kumar Patel sir from Sapphire Software Solutions, Mr. Sunny Agrawal sir from Thinkers and Fillers, and Mr. Amit Chaudhary from Mentor School. Thank you so much, sir. I guess the main agenda of today's conference was like discussing the future strategic business models and the practical experience that you all have shared with us would be really beneficial not only for the students of our university but also for all the staff who are being an integral part of the university, and they are being in a roadmap and taking the university on to the next level. So your like valuable suggestions, your experiences would really be helpful for the young entrepreneurs, the students who are going to in coming future, they are going to start their own business startups and moving on to the next level by taking all these business ideas into account. So I guess like the views shared by you are totally in line with the vision and mission of our university. So I heartily thank all of you, sir, for sparing your valuable time. And I would like to again thank our President Sir, Vice President Sir, Provost Sir, Registrar Sir for providing such a platform for all the students as well as staff of our university so that they can nurture their coming future. Thank you so much. I would again like to thank Dr. Nimish Dave Sir and Parul Shah ma'am for coordinating the entire event. Thank you so much. Over to you, Parul ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Kumar Patel sir, Sunny sir, and Amit sir. Seriously, one day, as an HOD of a business department, one day after the finish of this corona situation, and one day when classes will be offline, I will again call you to meet with my students. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was a wonderful journey. Thank you so much, Kumaril sir. It was wonderful interacting with you also, and I can genuinely see a lot of passion and emotions coming up when you were sharing about your journey. That's so nice of you. Thank you, Karthik sir and Nimesh sir. It's always an honor and delight to be a part of a esteemed organization, a growing and booming college like yours. We look forward to come online and offline also and deliver more and learn from the students. Thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely. How this 2 hours gone away, we didn't get a speak. We were discussing all the things for 2 hours. And let's take this relationship to next level. And I'll be requesting Mr. Nimesh, he'll be connecting you afterward. Let's create an industry chair in the university with respect to your respective organization. And let's start contributing more towards development of our society and students. So we'll be sharing the policy document very soon with you all distinguished members. And please be in connect with the university for future.
Definitely, sir. We would love to extend our support to provide mentorship to the students, to provide internship to the students. We are always there to help you all guys.
Thank you, Sunny.
बहुत धन्यवाद.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Kumar sir. Thank you, Amit ji.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you to all of you. Bye. Please take care.
Yeah, bye, sir.
Bye.